Please give it up for the wonderful, fantastic, it's his first time, here he comes, it's Alfie Noakes!
Good evening everybody, as Frank said, this is my first time ever on stage. To ask for a cheer and he gave it to me already. So you might have noticed I was already filming earlier some of the acts and I was seeking a cheer so I can edit in later if it doesn't. So thank you for being ahead of the curve there. As I said, it's the first time ever I've had a go at this, so you as a group will be collectively taking my comedy virginity. You will be popping my chuckle cherry, so to speak. If it goes anything like my actual virginity, here's something of what we can expect. I will be telling my mates you are far more enthusiastic and beautiful than you actually are. And you will groan and moan much more than actually is true. Second of all, in a moment we can probably expect a disembodied voice from the next room saying something along the lines of, Becky, are you alright? I told you not to drink the tequila. Is he hurting you? Make him stop. Becky, are you alright? And then finally I will leave you all weeping into a pillow and later on denying you've ever seen me. So thank you for that. What else do I want to tell you about myself? I'm a big movie fan, I really like movies. I don't know if any of you have noticed, there's a remake coming in a couple of weeks, Clash of the Titans. I'm not, really. I'm not really a big fan of remakes. I think if you think about films like Alfie, Halloween, Get Carter, they don't really necessarily work out. So what I think the producers need to do is get behind the idea of the crap element, the naffness of a remake, and put something in there that's going to put bums on seats just because it's a little bit weird. So here's a few remakes I'd like to see, but you probably aren't going to see. Kindergarten Cop, starring Gary Glitter. Live-action remake of Toy Story, as directed by Guy Ritchie, with the lead characters retitled We've Got Hoodie and Buzzsaw Lightyear. No Country for Old Men, starring Lord Ashcroft. And we've got 12 Monkeys with actual monkeys. Because frankly we don't have enough simian time travel sci-fi headbutt movies, I think you'll agree. And actually one more just while I think of it on the spot. Ken Loach, the uber realist method director. I'd like to see him remake the Rocky series with Ashley Cole in the lead role. Mainly so we can see his face punched off for 6 whole films. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
That's my mate.
Yeah, that's good for you. Bye.
What else I want to tell you? I used to be a TV producer. That's actually true. Part of my job was to go and pitch shows to the broadcasters. A couple of the ones that I pitched but never got made is When Midwives Attack. That's still alive. I've got the copyright. I wrote TM at the end of it. It's all mine. Also, Ashley Cole, twat or cunt. That's what we made it only because it's the subject of a bidding war. But what, you know, sometimes when they make shows, I'm thinking I should have been in the room when they pitched that because there's a little something I could have brought to it. One that springs to mind is T4. Who can tell me what T4 is?
Channel 4.
That's a channel, but keep going.
Saturday morning teenagers.
Yeah, go on. Actually, you might be interested to know T4 was actually the Nazi programme of enforced euthanasia and medical experimentation.
Same thing.
If you read your history books. Which makes me think there was a link we never saw. Keep watching after the break. We'll be checking out Dr. Mengler's experience with scouting for girls at the gig in Torquay, and also we'll be giving you tips on how to clean out your pressure chamber from human entrails. What else do I have to tell you? What else do I have to tell you? I had a bit of a bad experience this morning. I fell down the escalator of the tube. That's an hour of my life I'll never get back. I became a father recently, just to be socially minded. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe the church let me preach the way I do. It's absolutely stunning. I've got it up to 9 deadly sins right now. It's thou shalt not play your shitty fucking phone on the bus anymore next to me, and stop poking me in the eye with those little things on the end of your umbrellas. I'm just about that height. Well, I'm glad I've got this far without having to do this, so thank you. Yeah, I forgot the bit after the T4 bit, so we'll just backtrack for a second. History teaches us if we don't learn its lessons, then we're doomed to repeat it, which suggests to me that Brian Harvey's going to run himself over with his own car again next week. That's the E17 Brian Harvey. Our American friends here have got no fucking idea what I'm talking about. Welcome to England, have a nice day. Yeah, so, I've only got 2 bits and one of them's a goodbye, so my mate Boris, he's a punk, he lives in England part of the time, he lives in Spain part of the time. 2 nights ago he went back to Spain to go live in Spain for a few months. And he sent me a text last night which reads as follows. Hi Alfie, almost had an axe fight today, but at the last second the big cunt handed me his much bigger axe handle first. Fairly lucky really. It's a long story, but I have his passport and he wants it. Other than that, things are good, sunny but cold, take care. So I texted him back along the lines of, what the fuck? I mean, what's going on? So he texted me, and this is how I woke to today. When I arrived, I found that someone had been living in the house. I threw all his stuff in the garden but kept his passport to make sure he pays for the power and water he used. He is not very happy about that. Big dodgy Argentinian. Saw him drive up to the house with a big axe in his hands, so I ran into the house to get mine. Now I have both of them and his passport. So my name is Alfie Noakes, this has been my comedy community. One last word.